front. Glover shoots, he scores!
Savignac, nice move. Finds Pione. Out in front, shoots, scores!
Walking in, finds screen, fires a shot, and he scores! Devin Savignac, he shoots, he scores!
Hey everybody, this is episode 2 of Gradscast. Connor Finniss alongside me. I'm Tyler Cyr, and we're here with number 19 of the Navin Grads, Noah Carpenter. Noah, how are you feeling today?
Good. How are you boys doing?
Not too bad. Little bit of traffic today. Got it a little bit late. I mean, it's 5 o'clock just now, but nonetheless, feels good to be here.
In the room this episode, so a little bit of upgrade on the scenery, and we're happy to have you here, Noah. Thanks for coming on. Really appreciate it. Oh, some nice chairs this time.
Right on, boys.
Yeah, looking a lot better. I mean, first thing I want to get to is the number change. Now, it's to my belief that you've been wearing 19 for a while. Last year, you were 11. Your teammate, Sean Kingwell, 2 stalls over, is now wearing your own number. How does it feel to be number 19 again?
Well, first of all, there's no one I'd rather wear an 11 than Sean Kingwell. I love him to death, and he's one of my favorite people in the world. 19 has been in my family for generations, actually. So my grandfather wore it at Clarkson, and then my father wore it at Clarkson when we played soccer there, and I've been 19 my whole life. My sister's been 19 her whole life.
I'm glad you mentioned your dad, because it's one of the first things that I was curious about. Your dad played for Clarkson. How was that growing up in, I guess, already a sport-oriented family?
It was good. Like I was introduced. So he played soccer at Clarkson, so I was a big soccer player growing up too. Actually, I was a state champion, and so like you said, we were always like into sports. And my grandpa played hockey, so he kind of got me into the game. My uncles all played hockey. So I don't know, I grew up on the ODRs with all my family. Like Christmases out in the ODR at my grandfather's house was awesome.
So state champ, would you say you're the best at sewer in the locker room?
Absolutely. I'd like to shout out Matt Roy. This guy right here, I'm way better than him and always will be.
Would you say there's a lot of correlation to the two sports?
A little bit, yeah. The way you think the game, I'd say there's some correlation. Obviously not much. One's on ice, one's on grass, but I'd say there's some.
You got a club team? You watch a lot of soccer? You got a club team?
No, I don't watch much soccer.
Oh, that could have been bad.
Soccer's like watching grass grow, man.
Nico Pione brought it up soccer last week too.
He
was talking about Messi versus Ronaldo, and I don't know, maybe he was comparing himself to them.
Ronaldo's got better style, but like Messi's the goal.
Well, there you go. Can you speak to a little bit growing up, like in Malta? How was it in New York, and how was the hockey culture there?
So hockey's not particularly huge where I'm from. In my school, there was only like 3 or 4 of us in my grade growing up that played. So then I actually made the transition to Albany Academy because there was a better hockey program, and I went into school and my whole class played hockey there. It was like a big thing at school. It's like that was awesome growing up. But I don't know, hockey in Malta. I grew up playing for Saratoga, which is like the broader town where I'm from. And we always had a decent team or whatever, but until AAA, for my AAA team, there was guys from everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's not really too hockey oriented in Malta, but I mean it's still fun. Even all my buddies that didn't play, we'd always go on the ODR and have a good time. Even if they didn't play, it was still a good time, and we'd always play.
Do you have anyone that has influenced you a lot up to this point? It could be a family member, could be a coach, could be anyone.
There's been a lot of people, to be honest. Like I said, my grandfather got me into the game, and he'll still make the trip up to watch me play now, and he'll still give me feedback, which is awesome. So I'd say him probably.
I mean, that's pretty awesome. Obviously, you're here with Navin now. It's your second stint, I guess, with the Grads. Didn't end the way you wanted it to last year, but what would you make out as the biggest difference between hockey in New York State compared to Canada? I know they've been compared quite a bit. They're pretty close on the border there, right?
Yeah, I'd say it's more of a lifestyle here. Even hanging out with the guys every day, we eat, sleep, and breathe hockey. Even my billet family, shout out Tammy, she'll watch hockey every night. She comes to all our games. She's always at the Sens games, so it's more fun. It's super fun to be up here and be a part of that.
What part of every game do you think has improved most from last season to this season?
I'd say my confidence, to be honest. This year, I've just been feeling a lot better. Feeling like I can make plays with the puck, and it's been easy too. I've been playing with great guys this year, and I was playing with great guys last year too, but I feel like my confidence overall has just gone skyrocketed.
Now, you seem really comfortable with this organization. Definitely one of the few guys in the room that, everyone kind of just gets along with. Is there kind of a secret to that, or is it just you just really love being here in Navan?
I just love it. It's a great place to play. It's a fun place to live. I got no complaints about this place whatsoever. It's been awesome. My time here has been awesome, and I hope it can continue to be awesome, and I hope we can do great things this year.
Well, Connor, you're the one who lives the nearest to Navan, so you can kind of compare and contrast on what it really is like to live out here for, majority of your life.
Well, yeah, when you get in a town like this, Navan, a smaller town, hockey's a really big a part of the community. It's one of the only things to do here. Whether that's on a weekend to come watch or do during the week to come play. So it's definitely, I understand it being a special place. Now, obviously, you mentioned that your confidence has grown this year. We see that in your points. You smashed your point record of last year already. What do you think the strengths of your game are?
I think I'm a good two-way forward. I think, I'm always reliable to go out and kill penalties, and I can play on the power play. I can play in all situations. So I think, I'm a 200-foot center. I can win draws. I don't know.
Yeah, I wanted to touch on draws, actually, because every time you're in the dot, Tyler and I, it's almost like 95% chance we're saying draw one by Carpenter or one back by the Grads. Is that natural talent, or is that something you just practice a lot?
I used to hone in on draws. I used to take tons as a kid, and I still do after practice sometimes. I just think it's a real important part of the game. If we can end up with the puck off most face-offs, we can have a better chance to win the game.
You got a preferred side, preferred dot?
Okay, so most people say their backhand is their good side.
Yeah.
But I find my favorite draws to take are on my forehand, because I don't know, I just always felt like that's my good side, and I love taking draws on my forehand.
That's your stronger side you'd find.
Yeah.
Just on that bottom hand, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just I've always had a little trick I do, and it always works. And I've loved taking draws on my forehand.
It's crazy. You mentioned the whole two-way forward thing, the taking the draws. Is there a particular player in the National Hockey League? I know you're a really big Rangers fan. Is there a player in particular that you would model your game after?
I always used to say Patrice Bergeron. I know he's not in the league anymore, but I always tried to
good
model
player
my game
for
after
now.
him.
Not in the league for now.
I know. I
could
heard
be making a comeback.
The rumor boys on Spit and Chicklets are saying he's coming back. So
Could be.
That'd be something special.
Biz brought that up. I don't know how reliable that is.
Yeah, but I always tried to model my game after him growing up. He's a tremendous two-way center. He was the best in the league at draws for how many years? I don't even know. So yeah, definitely him.
I look to the locker next to you. I see Ethan Koop's name. How important is his presence being back in the locker room with you boys? I know he's making his return soon. Just kind of speak to him as a guy.
Koopsy's been my best friend up here since I moved here. Since day one, we hang out every day. He's awesome. He's sitting next to me for a reason. It's absolutely huge having him back. So I'm just real pumped. All the boys are pumped for him to get back in the lineup, and even having him in the room, like I said, it's awesome. We missed him a lot.
Key parts of the locker room make a big difference, right?
They do, yeah.
It's one of those things. I want to touch back on the Rangers thing. Is a big Rangers
Don't
fan.
chirp me about the Rangers.
Now I'm gonna chirp you. I'm gonna chirp you. There's nothing to chirp. You guys are top of the league. It's pretty close.
We're on a 3-game skid right now or something.
3 games. Wow.
Yeah.
Imagine being a Sens fan, buddy.
Boys got to, yeah.
Oh.
But we did knock you out of the playoffs. Anyway, I won't. Off topic.
Okay.
Is that just a family thing, or is it just the fact that you live in New York?
I mean, it probably stems from the fact I live in New York, but my family has always been Rangers fans, and we always will be. My kids will be Rangers fans. Generations and generations of Rangers fans in the family. So.
Well, it's an interesting one for sure.
Original 6 franchise, you got to respect it.
Hey, yeah, of course. He had Patty Kane last year.
Yeah, that was something special.
Goat.
Whoa.
Goat.
This is a Blackhawks fan.
Goat.
This is a Rangers fan, and I'm just at the bottom of the league. So.
Well, I'm with you.
Sens will never be good. And the Hawks are. What are the Hawks in the league right now? 30th?
Not good. I think 30th in the league right now.
You have a hope.
Well, he's got a broken jaw. Anyways, anything else you want to ask Tyler? Or should we get into the rapid fire questions?
I think we should get in the rapid fire questions and touch a little bit on as well as after.
So a couple of these are the same questions I asked Nico. The first one we're going to start off with, he had a crazy answer for. He said he'd bring Albert Einstein to this. You could have dinner with 4 people, dead or alive. Who are you bringing?
George Washington.
Really?
Yeah.
Shout out USA.
Is that your favorite?
I don't
favorite president right there?
I don't know. Like, he's kind of a nail. Like first ever president. I don't know if I'd bring Albert Einstein. I probably wouldn't understand much what he was saying.
Yeah.
I definitely know Nico wouldn't understand much what he's saying.
But he said he's at the
He said
table, though.
that.
So George Washington.
George Washington. I'd go Paul Bissonnette.
Oh, good choice.
Bring some comedy in. I'd probably go Wayne Gretzky. And I'd probably go Ethan Coops for my fourth.
Wow. Another
Look at
shout
that.
out to
That's cool.
Coopsy.
I feel
Wow.
like that'd be a good dinner.
That would be a great.
Yeah, that would be a good dinner.
It would also probably depend on like what kind of dinner it was.
Well, I was gonna say, what are you eating at that
Probably-
table?
I don't know.
What do you eat before the games?
Before games, it's usually just pasta.
Yeah.
Or like my billet mom.
Shout out Tammy.
Yeah, shout out Tammy. We have a thing where she makes me like an egg sandwich before every game.
Wow.
Sometimes I eat it, sometimes I don't. But
That's clutch.
Oh, and also, every game day for the past 2 years, me and Ethan Coops have gone to Nav Diner, and we love it, and we will continue going there.
Support local.
Yeah, support local. Nav Diner is the best place ever. They have unreal food at a good price.
Look
So
at that.
we absolutely love that place.
Look at that.
Do you have any superstitions? Are you a superstitious player?
Not really, to be honest. I like getting here early. Me and Sav get to the rink early a lot of the times, and we'll just kind of hang out, go to the canteen, get some food, get some drinks.
You just
Come
like
back
being around the
here.
team.
Yeah, I just like being around the rink rat.
We already touched on this a little bit. You said Patrice Bergeron, but do you have another favorite NHLer all time besides Bergeron?
I'm trying to think. But it's got to be a Rangers player.
Well, I mean, Patrice.
I like Matthews. Like he's tearing it up right now. I've liked him since he was in the development program for the U.S. So he's sick, obviously.
Were you close?
What's he
Were you close with that program? Did you ever have to play the U.S. NDP?
No, so I got a kid I know actually is playing there right now, but I was like we never played them. They play in the USHL and they'll play college teams. So those kids are just on a different level.
I know that program it changes on what feels like a yearly basis, right?
Yeah. So Matthews for as another
Yeah,
one.
I'll go Matthews.
This one you have a chance to sewer one of your teammates here. Okay.
Perfect.
Teammate with the worst ox.
Worst ox has got to be Jenks. Jenks was chirping me all day today about my ox, and it's just 10 times better than him.
What does he play?
Well, first of all, I was playing like good country on the way to the gym this morning, and he's like, "Oh, get this garbage off! Like, I just want to hear Morgan Wallen." And I'm like, "Man, what are you talking about?" Like,
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely Jenks, and I also beat him up all the time. So
Whoa! Hey,
Wow.
crazy show.
Do you have a favorite hockey memory?
favorite hockey memory? I don't know, to be honest. I don't think so.
Anyone that springs to mind?
I'd have to think for a while. Favorite hockey memory. I always liked going to Lake Placid to play at the Olympic rink when I was a kid. That was super cool, especially as a young kid.
Yeah.
And being from New York, we always got to go play there in tournaments and stuff, so that was always wicked cool.
Yeah, not far off from Alta. Yeah. Not far off.
And finally, I have to ask you this: do you think best on best the USA beats Canada? Not being biased.
100%.
Wow.
100%.
Wow.
Best
Let's
on
go Stars
best,
and
man.
Stripes. Yep.
Best on best.
Best on
Who are you
best
putting on your
hockey.
first line?
Best on best hockey, USA wins every time.
Who's that first line?
I don't even know.
Noah
Who's
Carpenter,
that?
Austin Matthews.
Mats and Kaner.
Oh,
Wow.
wow, that'd be
Yeah,
strong.
how's that for a line? How's
That'd
that
be
for a line?
strong.
Since
What's the role there? Are you playing on the wing or are you playing right
no,
in the
I'm
middle?
probably playing in the middle.
Yeah?
Remember we talked about draws.
Yeah, you'll be like, hey, Austin, step aside,
Yeah.
okay here? Yep. Yeah, step aside.
Mats are just gonna rip the pill.
Yeah.
Me and Kaner will get it to him.
Fair enough.
Well, so I mean, being a Rangers fan, you knew this was coming.
Uh-oh.
Like, I actually want to know because
Going off the script here.
I got no Rangers buddies. Like, who actually is your biggest rival?
The Devils.
The Devils for sure.
Like people say the Islanders, but the Islanders have just stunk for so many years, and like I feel like everyone from New York loves the Rangers, and nobody really likes the Islanders, to be honest. Like I only have a few buddies who are Islanders fans.
So it's the Devils.
So probably the Devils. Yeah, we have some pretty good matchups against the Devils.
Well, the
Pretty good
Devils
series.
and the Rangers used to go up against each other like there was no more in the playoffs. I
Yep,
mean,
that's
even the
right.
Sens have some bad blood with either the Rangers and the Devils. So
Yeah. Well, this will kind of round out the podcast, Noah. It is your time. You get to, first of all, do you want to shout out anyone in particular and
first,
then
yeah.
shout out who you want to see on this podcast next, right into that camera?
this one right here.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, right here. Let's look.
Okay,
look
let me
daddy
think.
on. Daddy
First,
on, daddy
first
on.
shout out
Look
the
at that,
fans,
look.
friends,
Cheeseman.
family.
He's looking around, looking at the name bars,
I'd like
nice name bars.
Then he
First,
won
I'd like
next.
to shout out my family. Miss you guys. Miss the dogs. Second, I'd like to shout out probably Dano. Dano's a beauty. He's another fellow American. So I love Dano. And then now for the next guest on the pod, I'm gonna go Briggs Chowan.
I know.
Dillinger. Dillinger's in the house.
Whoa.
Wow.
That's a crazy show.
Oh, yeah.
Will he even fit in a stall here?
I don't know. We might have to get bigger chairs to get onto his level there,
Jeez.
but
He'll be eye to eye with us.
Good shout
for
out.
sure. Well,
Good shout.
thank you very much for
Thank you,
joining
boys.
us, Noah. I mean, great podcast, and good luck to the rest of the season.
Pleasure having you on.
Yeah,
Right on.
absolute pleasure. This has been Gradscast Episode 2 with Noah Carpenter. We'll be back next week.